everybody, it's Uncle Scott. Welcome back to the QwerkyReax channel. First things first, I chopped all my videos, so if you don't want to hear my spiel here at the beginning, that scroll bar will take you right to the music and the reaction. But if you want to stick around for this first part, you should, because I'm going to explain to Cristal, that's who's joining us, what this song is about. And a lot of you renegades out there that saw the thumbnail are like, oh, she's got to understand context. So let's bring her in first. Welcome her back to the channel. Cristal, welcome back.
Hi.
I'm showing you a different kind of Ren song today. It's called Mackay, and it's named after a friend of his he lost when he was growing up.
Okay.
Like not lost like they got into an argument, lost like,
No.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he wrote this song for his friend. And since I told you before we came on, I'm realizing now I could have left it as a surprise, but since I told you before I came on, I'll be upfront about it. I did tell you this is an instrumental. There are no lyrics. But understanding that context before you watch, there's a song called Forrest Gump Suite from the Forrest Gump soundtrack. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's one of those songs that when you close your eyes and you listen to it, like, you can almost get emotional from, like, you play all these things in your head from your own life, not even from the movie. And I love how music can do that for you. Like, it can really, like Bruce Madeleine, it can bring out, like, things, memories for you just by being what it is. And I kind of feel that way about this song. So,
okay.
Probably said too much. I'll let you have your own opinion. But yeah, also where he shot this is just dope as hell. So,
right.
It's 3 minutes. I will have to stop it at least once, but we'll try to get through as much as we can.
Okay.
Here we go. I hate stopping it, but I had to very quickly.
No, you're good.
I think it's amazing that when someone asks him, like, where did this come from? He's like, I just sat down at the piano and thought about my friend. And this is what came out. Like,
and it's playful.
Yeah.
It's playful, nostalgic. Like, I think of two little kids, like, running through, like, an open field, kind of giggling, laughing, and just spending time together. But it becomes like a montage, kind of like of memories. And you could tell that that's kind of the vibe he's going for, because listen, I've lost a couple friends to illnesses, more specifically cancer, and at young ages, not like recently. It's been like I was 16 and they were also 16. So it's like I'm thinking of him in the moment, and I'm just like, well, yes, there's like room for me to be emotional, right? Where it's like, yeah, I want to cry because I haven't seen him in years. But it's like there's like this place where it feels almost like, what's the word? Like happy. Like you can tell that Ren has almost come to terms to what happened,
Hmm.
because I don't know what it is. Like you said in the beginning, like you can tell when how someone feels depending on how they play something. And this gives, the way he's playing it completes. The sequences always complete. And usually when you're going for some sort of like eeriness or some sort of like I don't know what's happening or uneasy, you can sense that in the music, and in this I don't feel that.
Right.
It feels like, it almost feels like someone coming to terms with whatever might have happened to their friend, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like this is something that I would probably listen to and maybe like write in my journal while like just like chilling, you know?
Yeah.
Or even like thinking about my late dog while looking outside the window while like smoking a joint, because
Right.
like I love like looking at the sunset, and this type
Yeah.
of music kind of makes you want to just sit down, pull up a lawn chair, and either pull up a beer, a drink, lemonade, a joint, whatever, and just kind of like relax and take in nature. Like
Yeah.
that's what that gives. You know what I mean?
No,
So,
yeah, it's very poignant. And what you're saying makes me think of that Dr. Seuss quote, uh, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
right.
That's kind of like the vibe of the song, I guess, is like,
Honestly, agreed. That's what it kind of gives, because it doesn't give like I'm lost and I'm in mourning. It gives
right,
like I'm happily thinking about somebody or memories.
right. Um, I'll let it finish out. I just wanted to not get.
Mhm.
Not a word was spoken, but so much was said.
Mhm.
There
Oh,
you go. Callum McKay. I don't know if you saw that. Love and miss you always is what it said. The thing went away. It won't let me try to get you the. I want to let me. No, go to the. See how it says Callum McKay, 1989 to 2011. Love and miss you always. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little picture of him and Ren. I'll try to stop it. There you go. That's a picture of him and Ren when they were growing up.
no,
So
Jesus.
it's really poignant.
Oh God.
I told you it might make
Whoa.
you emotional.
I like really thought, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get through it. Jesus. What got me was like the end, because it's like the first time that you hear the piano kind of doing its runs, the like like at first it's like bouncy, it's light, but towards the second part it kind of like it drops, and it doesn't sound as happy. Like you can tell that it's not memories anymore that are like, I guess, pleasant.
Mm,
Like you can almost hear that it's like, well, these were not pleasant memories, they were memories nonetheless. And you can almost hear how the notes clash. And to me, that might be, I don't know, like this is my mind going off, but it's like, to me, that was kind of like him watching his friend struggle, but still being there. And at the end, when it repeats the very beginning, the dun 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 dun, it's kind of, it's more melancholy and it's slower. And to me,
I
that kind
agree.
of like, yeah, it's like, it kind of like represents like them leaving, but having to accept it, but it remains the same nonetheless. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah, we're so
God
close on
knows.
our interpretations of it, because I kind of felt like the part where he's doing the thing and he's crossing over with his hand to hit the high
Mhm.
note, is that was very tumultuous. It's like, okay, now they're in the, he's kind of in the sickness, and like you said, he's
Right.
like, those are memories, but they're rough memories because he's trying to come to grips with the fact that he's going to lose his friend. But then
Right.
when it returns to the original melody at the end, it makes me feel like he's making the decision to remember him from the
And
beginning and not the tumultuous part. And that's what got me the first time I listened to it. I was like, he's like saying, I'm gonna remember you the way you were, brother, not the way it ended, you know? And
yeah, but like the thing that hurts about it is that it's like he still does, regardless of him trying to remember
yeah.
the good parts, those memories still come in.
Oh, of
But
course.
being able to accept that and being like, okay, regardless of it being like really bad memories and memories that make me sad, this was still somebody else's life and like someone that was a part of mine. And I'm not going to choose to remember this and be like saddened, but choose to remember this as a part of your story.
Yeah.
And God, the way music can play with someone's heartstrings is ridiculous. And God, as someone that has lost a lot of friends, but also like my most recent loss was my dog. So it hits, you know what I mean? It's not easy to ever lose a friend, a family member, but especially when you're young and you don't necessarily understand death like that.
Hmm.
It kind of like it leaves you feeling kind of confused because even in moments like this where I've come to terms with what happened to my friend Kareem. Um, there still are moments I get angry about it because I'm like, should have never happened that way. But it's his story, and I still remember him to be the person that would run down the fucking hallway screaming "Tangled"
Hmm.
and saying hi to everybody, but also being our lowest bass in our choir. And yeah, like losing anybody that was close to you in any part of your life can make you feel like a thousand different emotions at once. But choosing to remember them in a good light, regardless of how they might have gone, is what, makes this piece specifically so fucking emotional. Because
Yeah.
to be real, he could have just expressed his pain, and that could have been the segment, and that could have been what, but instead he was like, I'm not gonna make this, at least to me, any more painful than what it was when it happened.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna choose to remember him in a way that serves not just myself, but them as well. So
Right.
respect for Ren. Somehow it's shooting up the roof. It's gone past the bar. The bar is broken. Okay. Oh,
Well,
God damn it.
full disclosure, guys, I what made Crystal want to listen to this is I said, okay, so I could show you a couple of things. Depending on your mood, we could listen to something that kind of like bops along, or I could play you an instrumental that'll probably make you cry. And she looked at me like, "What you talking about, Willis?" And I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, I'm telling you, it's he brings it. Like, and she
Damn.
was like, all right, bet, let's try it. How long ago did you lose your dog?
I lost him. It's gonna be a year soon. April 2nd, 2024.
Oh, that's brutal. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. He lived a very long life. He was a Chihuahua. He was 16 and he had a tough battle. Uh, so to me, it wasn't that he had a short life. It was more that he was in my life for so long. I've had
Right.
him since I was 7. Um, Ozzy, actually, when you see him, I constantly see him mimicking certain behaviors that Rusty used to do. And
Okay.
yeah, no, to me, it's like he's never left because he used to be a little living vacuum, on the floor. And now
Right.
Ozzy's just following his footsteps. So,
Right.
in a way, it's making me feel like he has never actually left. And whenever I feel like saddened by him like leaving, I just open the shades and look at the sunset because I was like, when you're not like, if I'm feeling uncomfortable and I'm not doing well, like show me a sunset and tell me you're okay. And that will be the way that I'll calm myself. And I still have his little urn by the window where he used to sleep, and his little pictures are there. And he's still here. I still remember him as if he was in the living room right now, staring at Matt making some chicken and
Right.
bullying Ozzy as a Chihuahua would, you know.
Right.
Goddamn little fierce dog. But I'll end this with saying, like, hug your loved ones, especially if it's your pet, your sibling, your sister, doesn't matter, your mom. Keep them close because you just never know
You
when
don't.
someone is going to disappear. And
True.
that type of impact doesn't hit you until they're not here anymore. So,
For real.
no, literally.
Um.
So, please take care of yourselves and love your people. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry I made you emotional again, but I think I gave you
I
a
asked for
sound.
this.
You did kind of ask for it. I think at the very least we gave you a soundtrack for the next time you're looking out the window at the sunset.
No,
Uh,
seriously.
you could play this song and it'll help you along the ride because at the end he remembers the good times more than the bad.
Yeah,
Um, thank you for being willing to do it as always.
of course.
Thanks to all of you. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. And listen, on songs like these, my tagline really, really hits home for me. And I hope it hits home for you too. Because it's
Hmm.
really important, like Crystal just said, don't just embrace your family and friends and the loved ones and let them know that you love them. But also don't wait for life to be easy to be happy. You only got this one shot, guys.